The summer of 1914. Europe is at the height of its power. Empires stretch across the globe. Technology is booming. Art and culture flourish. People believe they're living in a golden age of civilization. But beneath the surface, something deadly is brewing. A single gunshot is about to shatter this world forever. This is the story of World War I, the war that was supposed to be over by Christmas, but instead killed 20 million people and destroyed 4 empires. To understand how the war started, we need to go back a few years. By 1914, Europe is divided into 2 camps. On one side, Germany and Austria-Hungary, the Central Powers. On the other, France, Russia, and Britain, the Triple Entente. These aren't just friendships, they're military alliances with a dangerous promise. If one country is attacked, everyone jumps in. Kaiser Wilhelm II of Germany is ambitious and insecure. He wants Germany to be a world power like Britain. Austria-Hungary's empire is crumbling. France still burns with anger over losing territory to Germany in 1871. Russia sees itself as the protector of Slavic peoples. And there's one more ingredient in this explosive mix: nationalism. People don't just love their countries, they think their nation is superior to all others. Every nation is building up its military. New weapons, machine guns that can fire 600 rounds per minute, artillery that can destroy buildings from miles away. Everyone's preparing for war. But here's the paradox. Most leaders think war won't happen precisely because it would be too destructive. Now let's zoom into the Balkans, a small region in southeastern Europe that's about to drag the world into chaos. The Balkans are a patchwork of ethnic groups wanting independence. Serbia has won its freedom and wants to unite all South Slavic peoples. Austria-Hungary sees this as an existential threat. Enter Gavrilo Princip, 19 years old, a Serbian nationalist who joins the Black Hand, a secret society plotting to strike at Austria-Hungary. Their target, Archduke Franz Ferdinand, heir to the Austro-Hungarian throne, visiting Sarajevo on June 28, 1914. That morning, the first assassination attempt fails. A bomb bounces off the Archduke's car. Then, a twist of fate. His driver takes a wrong turn. The car stalls right in front of Princip. History turns on small moments. Princip pulls out his pistol, steps forward and fires twice. The Archduke and his wife Sophie both die. 1 teenager, 2 bullets, and the world will never be the same. In the month after the assassination, European leaders face a choice: diplomacy or war. Austria-Hungary sees an opportunity to crush Serbia. Germany gives them full support, a blank check. On July 23rd, Austria-Hungary sends Serbia an ultimatum so harsh it's designed to be rejected. Serbia accepts most demands, but not all. It's not enough. July 28th, Austria-Hungary declares war on Serbia. Now watch the alliance system activate like a chain reaction. Russia mobilizes to defend Serbia on July 30th. Germany declares war on Russia on August 1st. France is Russia's ally, so Germany declares war on France on August 3rd. Germany's war plan requires invading Belgium. Belgium is neutral, guaranteed by Britain. Britain demands Germany respect Belgian neutrality. Germany refuses. Britain declares war on Germany on August 4th. In 1 week, all of Europe is at war. But look at the crowds in every capital: Berlin, Paris, London, Vienna. They're celebrating. Young men rush to enlist, afraid the war will be over before they can join. Kaiser Wilhelm II told German troops, "You will be home before the leaves have fallen from the trees." He was catastrophically wrong. August 1914. German armies pour through Belgium, heading for Paris. The Belgians resist but are overwhelmed. The Battle of the Marne in September stops Germany just 30 miles from Paris. The quick victory fails. Now both sides dig in. Soldiers start digging trenches for temporary protection. Days turn into weeks, weeks into months. The trenches stretch from the English Channel to Switzerland, 400 miles of fortified lines. This wasn't supposed to happen. Let me take you into the trenches. Imagine standing in a ditch 6 feet deep, sometimes filled with water up to your knees. Rats, huge rats, fat from feeding on corpses, run everywhere. The smell is unbearable: rotting bodies, human waste, wet earth. Between the opposing trenches lies no man's land, anywhere from 50 to 250 yards of cratered, barbed wire-filled hell. Here's how an attack works. Officers blow whistles. Thousands of men climb over the top and walk toward enemy lines. Machine guns open fire. Artillery shells explode. Men fall in waves. Most attacks gain nothing. The Battle of the Somme in 1916. On the first day alone, the British suffer 57,000 casualties. For the entire battle, more than 1 million men are killed or wounded. The Allied forces advance about 6 miles. 1 million casualties for 6 miles. And then there's the gas. The Germans first used chlorine gas in 1915. Soldiers watch a green cloud roll toward them. Those who breathe it drown in their own lungs. Soon both sides are using gas. Chlorine, phosgene, mustard gas. This is modern warfare. This is what technology has created. But the Western Front isn't the only battlefield. In the East, Germany and Austria-Hungary fight Russia. Russia loses millions. By 1917, revolution breaks out. The Tsar is overthrown. The Bolsheviks under Lenin seize power and pull Russia out of the war. Germany can now focus all its forces on the West. Meanwhile, the United States has stayed neutral. But Germany's submarine warfare changes that. German U-boats sink merchant ships, including the Lusitania in 1915, killing 200 people, including 128 Americans. Then in 1917, the Zimmermann telegram reveals Germany is trying to convince Mexico to attack the United States. On April 6, 1917, America declares war on Germany. 1918. Both sides are exhausted, but no one will surrender. Germany launches one last massive offensive in March, trying to win before American forces arrive in large numbers. At first they make progress, but the offensive runs out of steam. Now, with American troops pouring in, the Allies counterattack. Germany's allies collapse. The Ottoman Empire is finished. Austria-Hungary disintegrates. Bulgaria surrenders. Inside Germany, people are starving. Sailors mutiny. Workers strike. On November 9, 1918, Kaiser Wilhelm II abdicates and flees. 2 days later, on November 11th at 11 a.m., the guns finally fall silent. The war is over. The numbers are almost incomprehensible. 20 million dead, 21 million wounded. France loses 1.4 million men. Britain, 900,000. Germany, 2 million. Russia, 1.8 million. 4 empires destroyed: German, Austro-Hungarian, Russian, Ottoman. An entire generation is gone. In 1919, the victors meet at Versailles to write the peace treaty. France wants revenge. Germany must accept full blame for the war and pay massive reparations, a sum so large it would take until 1988 to pay off. Germany loses territory and colonies. Their military is limited to 100,000 men. Germany is presented with the treaty and told, "Sign or we restart the war." They sign but never accept it. A myth spreads that Germany wasn't really defeated. The army was stabbed in the back. This lie will poison German politics for decades. A young Austrian veteran watches these events with growing anger. His name is Adolf Hitler. The Treaty of Versailles doesn't create peace. It creates a 20-year ceasefire before an even worse war. New countries appear: Poland, Czechoslovakia, Yugoslavia. The Middle East is carved up by Britain and France. Arbitrary borders are drawn that cause conflicts continuing today. The Russian Revolution creates the Soviet Union. Women's roles change. After proving they could do anything during the war, many countries grant women the vote. So why does this war matter today? First, World War I directly caused World War II. The harsh peace created conditions for Hitler's rise. Second, it redrew the world map in ways we still live with. Third, it changed how we think about war itself. Before 1914, many saw war as glorious. After 1918, the world understood. Modern war is industrial slaughter. This led to the League of Nations, then the United Nations, institutions designed to prevent such catastrophes. Fourth, it demonstrated how quickly the world can change. In 1914, people thought civilization was permanent. 4 years later, that world was gone. And finally, it's a story about the danger of alliances, pride, and miscalculation. The leaders of 1914 didn't want a world war. They stumbled into it through rigid thinking, fear, and inability to back down. World War I was called the war to end all wars. That phrase became bitterly ironic. It didn't end wars. It guaranteed the next one. But it did end the 19th century world of empires and aristocratic certainty. The world that emerged was modern, traumatized, and forever changed. We remember them on November 11th at the 11th hour, when the guns finally stopped. We remember because their sacrifice was enormous, and we remember because the lessons remain urgent, that nationalism unchecked leads to disaster, that alliances can trap nations in conflicts they don't want, that technology without wisdom creates horror, and that peace, once lost, is desperately hard to reclaim. The war that was supposed to be over by Christmas lasted 4 years and reshaped human history. This was World War I, the war that changed everything.